Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Taking a quick look here again at ETH, seeing what's going on with Ethereum here. Just big picture, really quick to touch on this here. Elliott Wave does suggest we might see a lower low here effectively to complete our ABC pattern. It's not a guarantee, of course, just keep in mind that's more abstract, but it's still a theory nonetheless that tends to play out often. Okay, so we have likely hit our initial top, especially with Bitcoin pulling back. We'll probably see a pretty sizable recovery, or sorry, retracement from ETH if Bitcoin does lose 42, 41,000. Okay, we hit the 39 range. Trust me on this here. ETH will probably be closer to the $2,000 mark. Okay, so again, awesome stuff for those who want a dollar cost average. Not so awesome if you're in a long position, but again, just depends on how you look at it. Different strokes for different folks. If you're new to the community, thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great experience here. We are, big community here over on our Discord. Be sure to join our 2,000 plus members now. We've got a premium group, of course, Chainlink and ICP. We took a Chainlink long 2 days ago, 22% on a 5x leverage trade. ICP 17% on a short 22 hours ago. We've got a really nice sizable position here for Bitcoin, 10x leverage short, almost hit our targets there. And we're considering, honestly, a ETH short too. Just got to double check that. Actually, as a matter of fact, our day trading bot is shorting ETH as we speak. Different story altogether. But again, still looking very good. Nonetheless, what we want to talk about here is a few key factors. Let's jump into the backend data. It's kind of all over the place, but we'll zoom a little bit here and kind of see. And just to clarify too, low right around 2,000, there is a concentration there at about 2,050. But most of the ETH longs are about 2,450 / 2,400. So 2,400, 2,450 is a big concentration. There's also a lot of shorts at 2635, but again, the price is closer to the bottom, so we can presume this lower level would be swept. It makes a lot more sense for a lower sweep than an upper sweep based on how Bitcoin is behaving. Now, if you watch my Bitcoin analysis from today, you'll know that we're mostly bearish on most timeframes. Let's see if ETH is exuding a similar behavior. So let's take a look at the daily time frame, work our way down, and just double check a couple things. We broke free from this range, so we can presume the price comes down this 1.618 level, roughly 23.75 could be a bouncing point, a little pivot. But between now and then, the price is definitely doing well on its own, in its own range. Let's double check that here. Draw out some support levels, 2470, and we got resistance here at about 2600 even. We'll just say 2600 even, keep it simple. So that's kind of the range that we're in right now. So what does that mean for us? Well, let's take a look at some moving averages. And to see we're above all moving averages, still bullish. We're above 50 on the RSI, money flow index, still good. Still bullish. Stochastic RSI is trying to swing up, but hasn't yet. And MACD is diverging, or losing momentum, still converging rather, but hasn't fully diverged yet. So the simple way to understand this here is that very bullish on all time frames, but we don't want to put our blinders on. We don't want to sit here and look at the daily and be like, okay, it's going up from here. While it's true that we are maintaining a healthy, a healthy scenario here above our 1 week close, we lose 2470. I think it's more likely we're going to see this gap filled down as low as about 2400. So again, different scenarios that could play out, but generally speaking, we want to pay attention to our 1 week high, low, open, close. They're playing significant roles in support right now for a lot of coins. Okay, so having said all that, the daily time frame still looks bullish, still looks nice. Until we break down below this range here, I think we have a solid chance to be able to maintain. However, we are losing the 20 and the 50-day SMA right now as we speak. ETH's average true range at roughly about 2,500 is going to work as a resistance level. That's right there at 0.5 Fibonacci, and I misspoke. 2,540 is the level for us. So 2,540 should be the new resistance for us, not only based on moving averages, but also Fib and its average true range. We take a look, of course, at stochastic, still swinging down. We're losing 50 on the RSI. Money flow index is high. I don't like to see RSI under 50 with money flow index high. I think that's a really weird place, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense. You'd probably think the opposite, right? Because there's a lot of money in the coin. But that still means, why is the price pulling back, if there's a lot of money in it? It just implies that there's a reversal on the horizon. To me personally, I do not like to see that. When we take a look at MACD, we're diverging now as well for the last 8 hours. So pretty solid continuation here to the downside for potential. So while we're not below all moving averages, we're below two of the most important ones for the kind of the trend setter, if you will. And this just kind of implies that we've broken through this ascending trend and that we're now officially descending. Okay? So again, we just got to pay attention and see if we can break higher highs and higher lows. A closure above 2540 would validate a continuation of the upside or more so a bounce, because that would put us in a situation where we'd be able to establish higher highs and higher lows still, right? So we got higher highs, higher lows, all good. But if we come down here to 2,500 or less, big problem. All right, that's what I'm going to be paying attention to. So to me at this point, we've kind of already confirmed that we're mostly bearish, specifically on the hourly here. Let's take a quick look here. We've broken below the cloud. It's not official yet, but looking pretty sizable. In other words, even if the price were to recover and bounce up here, 25.40, that would be kind of a case in point where I might want to consider entry regarding a short. Okay, now we already took an entry on our Premium Plus group, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder where that's at. See here, it's right here. ETH entry 25.40. There we go. So we're in at 25.40. Our target's 25.12. So really, really close to hitting that target here so far for our community. So again, good stuff there in that regard. But ultimately, we're in a situation right now where the price action could and very well should bounce from here or soon. If it does bounce, then we're going to get a likely rejection off 25.40. Okay. So I'm looking at an entry at 25.40 for consideration for a short, because what that'll do for us, just say we get a bounce off this 0.618 fib, price comes up here, we'll reject off the cloud, average true range and the lower lead on the cloud, and come back down. Okay. So looking for a potential swing trade here to the downside if we even get there. We may not even get there. The price may not even recover. Again, a lot of that hinges on Bitcoin coming up here to retest 43,000. Okay. So that's a distinct lack of probability for that to occur right now. All right, anyways, that's kind of where we're at there generally for the daily time frame, 4 hour and hourly. We put all that together. What does that give us? That gives us a strong probability of further downside. You may not think that it could continue lower, but it's massively overextended even still at this point, and it would make a lot of sense for the price to continue. We've got roughly 4 more hours of continuation of the downside before we see some type of average out. We could very well see the price hang out right here at 0.6 and then hopefully come back up for a nice little dead cat. That's what I'm looking for. All in all, yeah, pretty good stuff here. So if you're in that short from my my day trading bot, I would say keep it open or consider a second entry, or even consider an entry now. I would say it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's too late, certainly not too late, but I don't like shorting the bottom, and if we can get a little bounce, it'd be nice. Again, Bitcoin dumps, well, everything's going down. There's no other way around it. Few select coins might persevere, but generally speaking, that's where we're at. Last but not least, make sure you check this out. Bitunix, phenomenal exchange, no KYC or VPN required. You use my link to register, you get some awesome rewards. You'll also become eligible for this trading competition if you use my link to register. You do have to hit join now, of course, but it's a really cool trading competition. There's just a lot of little fun prize pools and stuff. Kind of be sure to check that out on your own time. Don't incentivize yourself to try to. I don't want you to try to trade more because of it, though. It shouldn't be like that. It should be just, kind of a fun, casual thing to actually have some fun with trading, because if you're doing trading right and you're applying the things that I teach here in my trading academy and just in general my videos, you're going to learn a lot more. You're going to be a better trader, and that's just the way it is. Okay. A lot of it is structure and mentality going into a trade. If you're not setting goals going into trade, you're doing it wrong. If you're arbitrarily jumping into a trade because you feel good about it one day, you're doing it wrong. If you're following Tom, Dick, and Harry online that has a 100x leverage trade and they're showing how awesome they are as traders and not showing you how many times they're losing because they're using too high leverage, you're probably doing it wrong. Okay. Again, steady, slow, consistent growth. That's what trading's all about. Crypto has some reason people seem to think crypto is a get-rich-quick scheme, and it's just not the way it goes. If you like getting destroyed, go ahead and continue to do that. If you want to kind of calm down, relax, consider joining my academy. Jump on over to our Discord, learn some things. It's important to do so. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks again so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.